Imagine a civilization so advanced, it could have reshaped the world as we know it. A place of incredible wealth, unmatched technology, and brilliant minds. But one day, without warning, it vanished, lost to the depths of the ocean. Was Atlantis a real civilization? Or was it nothing more than a myth passed down through the ages? But was Atlantis truly just a myth, or is there more to the story? Was there really a city so grand that it could rival even the greatest civilizations in history? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the lost city of Atlantis and explore the truth behind its legend. From Plato's writings to modern-day explorations, the mystery of Atlantis continues to intrigue us. Today, we'll look at the origin of the myth, the theories about its location, the catastrophic events that might have caused its destruction, and how the story continues to influence our culture and imagination. Get ready to discover the truth about Atlantis, beyond myth, beyond legend. Chapter 2. The Origins of the Atlantis Myth. The story of Atlantis begins with Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher who lived in the 4th century BCE. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes a civilization of staggering wealth and sophistication, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the modern Strait of Gibraltar. Atlantis, according to Plato, was an island kingdom that possessed remarkable architecture, advanced engineering, and a social order that was both complex and highly organized. Plato's writings portray a society with cities arranged in concentric rings of land and water, connected by canals and bridges. These waterways were large enough for ships to navigate, suggesting a civilization capable of impressive engineering. Temples, palaces, and marketplaces adorned the cities, reflecting wealth and culture, while abundant natural resources supported a prosperous population. The Atlanteans were depicted as intelligent, resourceful, and ambitious, a society at the peak of human achievement. However, Plato's tale is also a warning. He describes how the Atlanteans, initially virtuous and wise, succumbed to greed and hubris. Their desire for power led them to wage wars against neighboring states, including Athens. In response, the gods, angered by their moral corruption, submerged the entire island in a single catastrophic day and night. This vivid account of sudden destruction forms the foundation of the Atlantis myth. Scholars have long debated whether Plato intended Atlantis as an allegory, a philosophical tool to illustrate the consequences of pride and the fragility of civilizations. Others argue that Plato may have drawn upon older oral traditions or records of real events, possibly memories of ancient floods, lost islands, or vanished cultures. The specificity of his descriptions, combined with the moral lesson, gives the story a unique allure that has persisted for over 2 millennia. Chapter 3. Plato's Allegory or Reality. Plato's narrative is compelling because it balances precise detail with philosophical depth. On one hand, Atlantis could easily be interpreted as a cautionary tale, an illustration of how even the greatest civilizations can fall when virtue is abandoned. On the other hand, the dialogues contain descriptions of geography, urban planning, and naval power that seem almost too specific to be entirely fictional. The mystery deepens when we consider the possibility that Plato had access to sources now lost to history. Perhaps he recorded fragments of real civilizations, or interpreted older myths to construct his narrative. Scholars note that stories of advanced societies wiped out by natural disasters appear across many cultures, from the Mesopotamian flood myths to legends in Central and South America. This raises the intriguing possibility that Atlantis is not purely allegorical but may reflect memories of a forgotten civilization that inspired generations of storytellers. The questions remain tantalizing. If Atlantis existed, where did it vanish? Why has no definitive evidence been found? And if it never existed, how did Plato imagine such a coherent, technologically advanced society? The absence of clear answers has ensured that Atlantis remains a captivating enigma. Chapter 4. Early Theories and Explorations. The Atlantis legend lay mostly dormant until the 19th century, when writers like Ignatius Donnelly resurrected it for the modern world. Donnelly, an American politician and writer, argued that Atlantis was a real civilization that had been destroyed in a global cataclysm. He claimed that its knowledge and culture had influenced other civilizations, including Egypt, Greece, and ancient America. In his book Atlantis, The Antediluvian World, Donnelly connected myths of floods, lost lands, and advanced technologies to a singular source. Atlantis. Donnelly's ideas were polarizing. Critics dismissed them as speculative and lacking evidence, while enthusiasts embraced the possibility of a lost civilization that predated recorded history. Despite scholarly skepticism, his work sparked widespread interest and inspired countless searches for Atlantis, laying the foundation for future explorations. Following Donnelly, numerous explorers and archaeologists pursued leads across the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, and even the Caribbean. Some sought sunken islands, others examined underwater ruins, and still others investigated anomalies in ocean currents and geological formations. While no definitive discovery has been made, these efforts expanded our understanding of ancient societies, geology, and the ways myths may reflect real events. Chapter 5. Theories on the location of Atlantis. Over the centuries, many locations have been proposed as the possible site of Atlantis. One prominent hypothesis is that the island was Santorini, formerly known as Thera, in the Aegean Sea. The Minoan civilization thrived on the island until a catastrophic volcanic eruption around 1600 BCE decimated the population. The resulting tsunamis and destruction could have inspired Plato's account of a civilization swallowed by the sea. Santorini's circular caldera and concentric land formations align remarkably with descriptions of Atlantis, suggesting that memory of the Minoan disaster may have influenced Plato. Another theory situates Atlantis in the Azores, a group of volcanic islands in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. These islands lie beyond the Pillars of Hercules, matching Plato's geographic description. Underwater structures surrounding the islands have led some researchers to speculate that remnants of Atlantis lie submerged nearby, though no conclusive evidence has emerged. The Bermuda Triangle has also been associated with Atlantis, largely due to its reputation for mysterious disappearances of ships and planes. Some theorists suggest that unusual magnetic anomalies or sunken ruins could explain the region's mysteries. While evidence remains circumstantial, the idea continues to capture public imagination. A more radical theory proposes that Atlantis may have existed in Antarctica before a dramatic shift in Earth's axis transformed the continent into a frozen wasteland. Proponents suggest that the region could once have supported a thriving civilization, now buried beneath ice sheets. Although this remains speculative, it underscores the global fascination with the Atlantis mystery and the lengths to which researchers are willing to go to uncover it. Chapter 6. Modern Research and Technology. With the advancement of technology, the search for Atlantis has taken on a scientific dimension. Sonar mapping, satellite imagery, deep-sea submersibles, and underwater robotics have allowed researchers to explore areas previously unreachable. Oceanographers, archaeologists, and geologists now examine seabeds for submerged ruins and anomalies that might hint at lost civilizations. Robert Sarmast, a Lebanese-American oceanographer, conducted sonar scans near Cyprus, claiming to find structures reminiscent of Plato's descriptions. Dr. John K. H. Hutton, a geologist, explored submerged lands near the Bahamas, suggesting that geological evidence points to the existence of ancient settlements. Despite these efforts, definitive proof of Atlantis remains elusive, leaving the city shrouded in mystery. The search for Atlantis exemplifies the interplay between imagination and science. Even without concrete evidence, the investigation inspires exploration, teaches us about the oceans, and fosters curiosity about human history. The legend motivates researchers to study geology, oceanography, and archaeology, turning myth into a catalyst for discovery. Chapter 7. Atlantis in Popular Culture. Atlantis has permeated literature, film, and media, reinforcing its position in the collective imagination. Disney's Atlantis, The Lost Empire, envisions a hidden underwater city with advanced technology, while the Stargate Atlantis series presents the city. Books, documentaries, and video games have expanded the myth, often blending historical speculation with imaginative storytelling. These portrayals maintain interest in Atlantis, making it a symbol of lost knowledge, hidden power, and human curiosity. They also highlight how myths evolve, influencing culture, science, and art, while keeping the question of Atlantis' existence alive across generations. Chapter 8. The Fall of Atlantis. Plato attributed Atlantis' destruction to divine punishment, yet natural explanations may be more plausible. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, and rising sea levels all could account for sudden disappearance. Santorini's volcanic catastrophe provides a historical precedent, while tectonic activity and coastal submersion after Ice Age meltwaters offer additional explanations. Environmental degradation may also have played a role. A society exploiting resources recklessly could have destabilized its ecosystem, accelerating collapse. Whether divine wrath or natural disaster, the sudden fall of Atlantis remains a central element of its enduring mystique. Chapter 9. Lessons in Legacy. Atlantis serves as both a story and a mirror for human ambition. Plato's narrative warns against hubris, greed, and societal corruption. The legend has inspired explorers, scientists, and artists to seek answers in history, mythology, and the depths of the ocean. Atlantis embodies the tension between human potential and vulnerability. Its legacy endures in literature, science, and popular culture, reminding us that even the greatest civilizations can fall and that curiosity and imagination drive discovery. Chapter 10. Conclusion. The enduring mystery. The search for Atlantis continues to captivate minds worldwide. While the city may remain hidden, the journey of exploration, research, and imagination teaches us about our history, the natural world, and ourselves. Atlantis represents the allure of the unknown, the consequences of hubris, and the human desire to uncover secrets long buried. Whether it existed or not, Atlantis endures as a symbol of wonder, adventure, and the timeless quest for knowledge. Its story reminds us that the line between myth and reality is as deep and mysterious as the ocean itself, and that the search for lost civilizations will never truly end.